Then no retaliation. Whatever persecution comes to you, verbal or physical, you have to take it patiently, without any retaliation. But then, when he thought he has now enough strength with him, he challenged the falsehood, the system, the ascendancy of Quraysh. He fought them, and then he established the deen of Allah in the Arabian Peninsula. So this is the model. Don't follow any other model. You have not to follow the model of Jesus. No. Model for you is Muhammad. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. Jesus had his own methodology. But you have to follow Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. You are the ummah of Muhammad. So here اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَآمِنُوا بِرَسُولِهِ. Emphasis on Iman, on the messenger. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَآمِنُوا بِرَسُولِهِ يُؤْتِكُمْ كِفْلَيْنِ مِنْ رَحْمَتِهِ. Allah will give you twofold from his mercy. وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ نُورًا تَمْشُونَ بِهِ. And then he will give you the light with which you will be able to walk. To walk in this world also, you need a light, guidance. And to cross that bridge of As-Sirat on the day of judgment, you will be needing a light. Allah will give you. وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ. Whatever shortcomings, Allah will forgive them. وَاللَّهُ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. Verily, Allah is forgiving, merciful. لِأَلَّا يَعْلَمَ أَهْلُ الْكِتَابِ أَلَّا يَقْدِرُونَ عَلَى شَيْءٍ مِّن فَضْلِ اللَّهِ. So that the people of the book should not think that they have now no access over the bounty of Allah. They have the access. They can even now believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Come. Aminu bi Rasulihi. You believe in Musa, you believe in Ibrahim, and so on and so forth. Come and believe in Muhammad also. So all the fazl, the gates of fazl, they will be opened. As we read in Surah Bani Israel, Asa rabbukum an yarhamakum wa in udtum udna. Your Lord is ready to have mercy upon you even now. Go you under the shelter of the messengerhood of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The gates are open. لِأَلَّا يَكُونَ أَهْلُ الْكِتَابِ أَلَّا يَقْدِرُونَ عَلَى شَيْءٍ مِّن فَضْلِ اللَّهِ وَأَنَّ الْفَضْلَ بِيَدِ اللَّهِ يُؤْتِيهِ مَن يَشَاءُ. The bounty is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's his prerogative. To whom he wants, he grants it. وَاللَّهُ ذُو الْفَضْلِ الْعَظِيمِ. And definitely Allah is of infinite bounty. Now we come to Surah Al-Mujadila. The first 4 ayat of Surah Al-Mujadila, they discuss a particular issue of family laws. But the rest of the 18 ayat, they give us a picture of 2 parties. Party of Satan, party of Allah. As we have seen, when you know this dawah, this call to Allah, and the call to establish the system of justice given by Allah, when this dawah is given, there's bound to be a resistance. Then there will be a polarization in this society. Some people who come, accept the call, they are ready to devote their lives, even lay down their lives for the cause of establishing the deen of Allah. They are the party of Allah. Ulaika Hizbullah. They are the party of Allah. And there are those who oppose it, tooth and nail. Even they sacrifice their lives to protect their interests. But they are the party of Shaitan. Ulaika Hizbu Shaitan. So this has to be identified. This struggle, this conflict. If we have a concept of mazhab, there is no conflict whatsoever. You go to your church, I am going to my mosque. That's all. He is going to the temple, he is going to the synagogue. Nothing. No argument. But regarding the system, a few people here are resenting these multinationals. What is happening? What happened in Seattle? Then at Davos. But these things are to happen. When there is the question of system, it's a different matter. When only is a system of belief and a system of some modes of worship and some rites and rituals and some feasts, well, okay, you can have yours, I can have mine. But this conflict, if you want to establish the deen of Allah, then there is going to be a conflict. No escape. So this surah mainly, but you know that Hizb Shaitan consists of two types of people. One are who are openly opposed, the disbelievers, the rejectors of the faith. And there is the other element, the hypocrites, who are legally with the Muslims, with the Hizbullah, but they are the fifth columnist. Fifth column. They look to the interest of the kuffar, working against the interest of Hizbullah. So this is very important surah regarding this. One thing must be clear here. This establishment of the deen of Allah is not possible without a party. Individuals cannot do it. It's very simple, very logical. An individual can go on calling and calling and calling and calling, but he cannot establish the system of Allah without having a party. If he doesn't get a party, okay, he won't be able to establish. If there was no party available to Nuh alayhi salam, no harm to Nuh, the people were drowned. Muhammad got sallallahu alaihi wasallam a party. People who were ready to sacrifice their lives, to spend everything they had. So then there was a struggle, there was a conflict, which reached the level of armed conflict. The polarization became complete. Hizbullah versus Hizb Shaitan. And then, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the help, and the deen of Allah was established. But party is essential. So first of all, please note that if you have the concept of Islam as that of a deen, you must think that to strive to establish the deen of Allah is farz. Farz-e-ain. It's a duty. It's obligatory, not something additional, not something optional, no. It's not like tahajjud, no. It's farz. Like the 5 prayers, like the fasting of the month of Ramadan. Number one. And number two, this is a farz